One moment. All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakak. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, Yasharala. Um, this is a quick in transit live lesson, man. I'm just gonna be speaking, through the Spirit, okay? Whatever precepts that pop up in my mind, I'm just gonna roughly paraphrase them. All right, but this is, you know, uh, earlier today on the plantation, I was watching Manata Zakba's, some of his videos, concerning, these Christians, man, 'cause these Christians, man, these Christians lump us up with these, with IUIC and these other Israelites, all right, who, who are actually the modern day Pharisees, okay, of old, okay. They're the reincarnated Pharisees, man, who would put burdens upon our people that they wouldn't carry themselves, man. And specifically concerning the law, all right, the law of Yahweh Bashmi al Shai, all right, they would harp on, you got to keep the law, keep the law, keep the law perfectly, which, hey, we preach that too, all right, but not the way that they do it, man, all right. We preach to keep the law, statutes, commandments, the ways of the Lord, all right, to the best of your ability, okay, all right, okay. We don't say that salvation is through the law, all right? That's part of salvation, but salvation is not through the law, okay? Okay, you're not going to be saved by your works, by your deeds, all right? But at the same time, you still, you know, you're going to have good deeds that follow you, man, all right? If you're one of those to be saved, all right? 'Cause salvation is not of choice, okay? Like these Christians believe, all right? You can choose to be saved, all right? No, salvation is not of choice, man. It's of predestination, predetermination, okay? Shalom, brother from Idaho. Shalom. Yabashim Yashai Brakatah. Um, but yeah, man. Salvation is not something that is, you know, you know, like these Christians believe, man. Like the Lord gave us free will to choose if we want to be saved or not. Okay. Yes, the Lord, Yahweh Shai gives us liberty. He's given us this time of grace and liberty. All right. Yes, we do choose to, but actually the Lord is the one that chooses for you, man. All right. Okay. No, the Lord isn't manifesting himself in the flesh, okay, and grabbing your hand and choosing the red button or the green button. No, no, man. The Lord's doing it spiritually, man. All right. Is not the Lord's spirit, okay? All right. It's not the things that are not the things that are seen, okay? Come from the things that are not seen. All right. Yes, they do, and the Lord is not seen. We can't see Yahweh Shai Shai. All right, but He's there, okay? He controls, and His Son controls those things that are seen. All right, and what are the things that we're seeing? All right, the third dimensional creatures, all right, of Yahweh Shai, okay, and we're controlled by the Lord, okay. Okay, so the Lord controls your salvation, if you're saved or not. All right. So what you Christians believe in is wrong, and what you Christians, all right, you're he said that how do you say it? You Christians, what y'all believe and what we believe, what you think we believe, your what's the word? Preconceived notions about us Israelites, all right? Because you guys, like I said, you guys lump us all into the same bunch, which we are not IUIC. IUIC is going off. They don't even call the Lord's true name, all right? Salvation is not through keeping the laws perfectly, All right, IUIC said it themselves, man. You have to keep the laws perfectly, or you're gonna go to hell, burn forever. Okay? No, man. Okay? And yeah, like I was saying, I was watching Manat Zakba's videos today, and these Christians are just they just need to shut their mouth, man. Like straight up, which they will. All right, the Lord's gonna shut their mouths. All right, okay, because the Lord's gonna reveal Himself, and He's gonna show, who's right this whole time, man. All right, but these Christians that you know, like Manat Zakba, he was going on, this one Jake, this one Israelite man who came out of the military and whatnot, and he was getting on these older Jakes, man. All right, these old bottles, these old wine bottles, man. All right, they think because they served in the military and they went to school under Esau that they look at us and then like, oh, they didn't even go to school, man. They didn't even finish college. You know, all they do is work at 9 to 5. How do they know the Lord? I went to school. I went to college. And think that because of that, they got the truth. All right, all right, all right. When they have no understanding of what's read or of what's written in the Bible, man. All right, you know. Um, I'm gonna read your last precept, John 50. Okay, John 50. Lord considered that it's expedient that it is expedient. It's like I'm driving for us that one man should die for the people, and that the whole nation perish not. All right. It's like my phone's bouncing up and down, but yeah, um, you know, yeah, these Jakes, yeah, they think, man, they just got the wrong understanding of the Bible, man. And Manat Zakbak was going into, he was saying that these Jakes, uh, they just they hate the fact that of they hate the fact of what we're doing, man. You know, like how can we be the ones, man, right, with the truth, you know, you know. But all we're doing is exactly what the Bible commands us to do. You know, these jakes don't have the understanding at all, man. They don't even know the whole Bible. All right, you know, and then they base their judgment off of the world, their flesh, their feelings. Okay, all right, and therefore they're blinded, man. They're deceived by their own vain opinions. What's that precept? Where it says um, they have an evil suspicion, about us. All right, and they're blinded by it. Roughly paraphrasing, you know, you know, and that they believe a lie. And these people believe in a lie, man. All right, just because everybody else is saying that the Hebrew Israelites are wrong, you know, and they point these Christians and these people of this world, that they hit the same talking points all the time, and they always push. It's a narrative, man. All right, you know these Jakes, they have to be taking money, bribes from Esau to come up against us Israelites, man. They have to be, all right, because they're all saying the same thing, you know, and it shows by Manat Zappa's channel, man. All right, they come in waves, man. All right, you know, one week or the next week, they're going on one topic, saying the same thing, and then the next week